Hey everyone, Jeff here, Aromatics, back with an interesting video for you. So, most of you know, if you've been watching my channel, that I have been rolling cigars now from whole leaf tobacco and trying all sorts of stuff. And I've gotten some interest and quite a few comments and questions from different people. One of which I found was quite interesting and something that I was wondering myself is I was asked from Jack the Piper if you could roll Virginia leaf in a cigar. And I've actually seen other people in the cigar forums ask that same question. Now, I don't have any Virginia whole leaf, I just have mostly cigar leaf, but I do have lots of pipe tobacco Virginia. So I decided maybe I could make a cigarello type cigar with some short filler Virginia and wrap it in a cigar leaf and see what it tastes like. So I have tried to mix pipe tobacco in a cigar, and it can be done, and it can be done well, but it is super tricky and usually doesn't turn out too well. They usually just don't like to mix together. They kind of like to stay separate. But just for scientific sake, I thought I would try it. So what I did was I took some Union Square from GLP's, which is a great Virginia, and I wrapped it in a Ecuadorian Habano wrapper. You can't get any more cigar than that, right? So it is just straight binder and wrapper cigar leaf, and inside is just straight Virginia. So the draw is a little tight, but definitely smokable, and it's hilarious. The smell I'm getting is, you can smell the wrapper, which kind of smells chocolatey and cigar-y, but when you take a dry draw puff, it is black, all sorts licorice. It's exactly like that. That's the combination you get. Like the hay and grassy Virginias mixed with that kind of chocolatey cigar leaf. That's what it gets. The combinations you get is just, there's just so much to blending cigars and tobacco. It's overwhelming. So, okay, I don't have my hopes up about this, but let's try it. You never know. So, all right, let's get this lit up and see what we're tasting. So, on holidays still, enjoying myself, taking this time to do some blending and All right. Well, it's burning well. It's mild. My wrapper came off. Well, I have a hard time getting, it's mild, so I have a hard time getting distinct flavors right away. So I'm going to smoke this down a little bit, and I'll come back and give you my thoughts. But it's definitely burning great right away. That's interesting. All right, stick around. I'll be back in a few. All right, I'm back. Believe it or not, I've been smoking for about 10 minutes, and that's all it's burned down. So it's a really slow smoker. So here's my thoughts on it. Cigar leaf is very strong and full. Pipe tobacco is a lot milder. So even with cigar leaf, the lower primings, like the Seco leaves, are very overpowered by everything else. They're just like a Cavendish in pipe tobacco. They just spread the flavors out. They don't really add too much to it. So this Virginia is milder than that. So it basically is totally overpowered by the wrapper leaf, which is mild in and of itself. The flavor I get from the Habano wrapper is just sort of a really mild, unsweetened milk chocolate. There's no spice or anything like that. Overall, it still kind of has a really mild licorice all sorts taste. But you just can't taste that Virginia tobacco. There's really not much there at all. It's kind of a boring one note taste. Now, it's possible that a whole leaf of Virginia could make maybe a sweet type of binder, or a neutral binder if you just needed something. Not really sure. But as a whole leaf filler, it really doesn't add too much to the blend. So very mild. Now, and flat tasting, but if you did maybe add, maybe a more complex tobacco and some sweetened tip, it might make this a decent cigarillo type of tobacco, but it'd be too expensive. Like the amount of short filler I had to put in here would probably fill 1 or 2 pipes, and then you're just getting a cigarillo, the same amount of time out of it. So it wouldn't be cost effective unless you got a cheaper, like a whole leaf Virginia, or just like a Daughters and Ryan style of cigarette. Now, I would be interested in trying some dark fired tobacco, or even some of like Brown Irish X. It's like a whole leaf, take a piece of leaf of that. That would be interesting to try. But either way, I have a whole bunch of different cigar tobaccos and pipe tobaccos. So if anyone else has any ideas or would be interested in me trying something you want to know, but you don't have the tobaccos, I'd be more than willing to throw something together if you were curious. Or if you have a blend that you would like me to try, I would definitely do that too. So as it is, Virginia just adds nothing. I would say nothing to a cigar. It just has not enough strength to even phase the cigar tobacco. So there you go. But it burns well, and yeah. So anyway, that was interesting. Definitely thanks a lot, Jack, for the idea. It was a great video idea, and I was interested in it. I have tried Cavendish, and it was the same thing. It was even a strong aromatic Cavendish, and it was just it was fighting with the cigar tobacco. So it's really it's a real tricky blend process. But I'm still wanting to work that out because I'd like to make some sweet cigarillos. So anyway, I'm going to leave it at that. Hope you guys enjoyed my video. If you have any comments, leave them down below, and I'll see you in my next video. Peace.